All right, what's up, everybody? He is the founder, head chef, right, executive chef of Taiwan's hottest new pasta joint, new American cuisine, Timothy Liu, and we got him here live tonight, right after this. All right, what's up, everybody? We're back. Man, thank you for coming out. I know you're a busy guy.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it, man. So, how's business?
Business is great. Business is good. Business is very steady every day. Pretty packed day after day. Surprised I had the time to come here.
Yeah, no, I know. I appreciate
you for the invite.
That.
You know,
it's my pleasure, man. I mean, what we're trying to do with this is just create a platform sharing cool stories, man, like yours. Yeah, and like I was saying earlier when we were off camera, my wife and I, my daughter, we went out to try the food. We loved it. It was fantastic. I've sent a lot of my customers there. A lot of my customers have been there even before I mentioned it. And it's fantastic, brother. I love it. So if you guys are curious, Pastaio, yes. Pastaio is new American cuisine. It's like a fusion of different kinds of homemade pastas and stuff like that. Obviously, you can describe it better than me. Right. So if somebody says, what is Pastaio? What's the answer?
Well, I mean, Pastaio, what we are a fresh pasta concept that's really, that we want to be authentic, but we still want to cater to the locals.
Sure.
So obviously we're not the pasta that you're going to find in Italy.
Sure.
But we're a pasta that's going to work in Taiwan. So it's essentially like the textures, the flavors, the overall balance of flavors in the food, I think is a lot catered to the locals. And that's what I think makes us a lot more successful than a lot of other pasta concepts.
Okay, I also think you're doing a lot of like seasonal menu stuff, right? So when we went, it was like Chinese New Year, and we had a lot of like Chinese New Year influence themed sort of deals. Freaking incredible food, man. It was really good. Yeah.
I mean, overall with that, we just want to be playful. You know, we still want to be really tasty, but we want to be playful. That's kind of what keeps us, I guess, on the edge. I mean, you know, like keeps us innovative and, you know, keeps us on that creative edge, I guess.
I love it. One thing that I don't love is that you're the only one with a beer. I didn't get a beer, so can you guys send me a beer? All right, so usually we just do straight up wings, but for the first round, I want to do some tacos because I wanted you to try a little bit.
Awesome.
So let's just grab a taco real quick. Let's go from this side. Let's start with a fish taco. Cool. Yeah, let's grab that and then we'll get started, bro.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thanks for coming, man. Got to feed you if you came all the way out, right?
Temu's far, man, but I love it.
It's far, dude, right? Yeah, for sure.
Cheers.
Yes. Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
Hey, I'll take it. Cheers. I'll take a taco. Cheers. Can you get some green salsa too, please? Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
What fish is that?
We went through sort of all the fishes that we could find locally, and we ended up using a Vietnamese catfish, which turned out to be the best for the breading and the frying, and to keep it that crunchiness. So we tried, tilapia and all that stuff, and we found it to be give it to him. It's fine.
It's really solid.
Yeah. So thanks, man. I appreciate it. Anyways, so coming to Taiwan, bro. Here's my beer. Yeah. Thanks, man. All right. Thank you so much for that. I'll have a little sip. Cheers, brother. Yeah, thanks for coming out, man. I wasn't sure if you'd be able to make it out, man. I know how it is when something's new and you got to get it going, and everybody wants to see your face, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So, how are you feeling that now that you guys are? It hasn't even been a year, right?
Like
6 months?
Not even officially.
Okay.
4 months. Not even 4 months. Actually.
4 months.
Yeah, December 14th is when we actually officially opened.
Okay. Did you have a little soft opening period before that?
So we had a long soft period opening. Okay. We had like 3 months, over 3 months, I believe, and it was just a test of waters, because everyone's very picky. Like maybe the locals don't like their pasta a little softer. And maybe less salt. So we had to play around with all this balance, which took us a while. Honestly, till now we still have the complaints once in a while about it. Maybe I'm too salty, but then again, if 100 people say it's good, that one person says it's not good is not really going to count as much.
Yeah. No, man. No. You're preaching to the choir, man. Well, we always get, like I would say maybe not 9 out of 10, but most people are pretty happy with it. But there's always going to be somebody who wants like nacho cheese sauce swimming all over everything, what I call gas station cheese, or like Taco Bell or something, right? And it's a different thing, right? But sure. Yeah, we're trying to make it. You know, my family's Mexican. We just try to bring a little bit of that here. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, brother. But awesome. What brought you here, man? Originally.
So
let's have that story,
okay.
bro.
So I've been here for I think over 3 years. I landed December 4th, 2017. Came here because of 3 different reasons. First one was obviously because of my now wife. Back then it was my girlfriend. You know, we were on a very long distance relationship.
Okay.
Taiwan and New York. You know, so that was one of the main reasons.
Start spreading the news.
I know, right? It's like I got you. Anyways, the second reason was because of my culinary dreams. You know, just to continue my culinary passion. At the time, I heard Michelin Guide was coming to Taipei, and that was like 2017. I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can be one of the first ones that kind of achieve that as well. Yeah. So that's why I came here. I didn't know anyone here. I had family here, and it was just me, my wife, and back then girlfriend. Kind of test the waters. You know, came here, made a decision. It's the best decision I made so far.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty good overall. 3 years.
And you're loving it, yeah. So it's been 3 years, yeah.
Loving it right now.
So for the first, the first couple of years, you were working at different places.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting sort of the experience of Taiwan.
Right.
Yeah. And you spoke Chinese already, right? With your family at home. Beautiful, yeah. So sounds great.
Chinese wasn't so good. It was very like ABC, like very very ABC.
Very
Chinese.
ABC Chinese. Okay.
Now
okay.
I would say it's like it's like 90% ABC. I mean 90% like pretty good.
Okay.
Really,
hey,
really
we'll
good.
take that. That's not bad. Yeah, pretty good. It's a tough language, man. For me, I mean, I've been here for a long time. I learned it. I mean, okay amount of Chinese, but yeah, it's when I came here, I speak English and Spanish, right? And so everybody was saying, "Oh, you speak 2 languages already. You'll be able to pick it up, no problem." Like, wow, those 2 do not help with Chinese at all. Just in case anybody's curious, man. Yeah. Oh man. So, did you think that Pastaio would blow up so quickly?
No, not at all.
So what do you attribute that to? That's crazy. I mean, that's everybody's dream, right? So few restaurants, you know, like chef, you know, a chef is like, he's a really good chef and he's like, I'm going to open my own restaurant. And I don't want to say most, but a good amount of these chefs, when you open a restaurant, it's so much more than just being a chef, right? So you go, the chef opens a restaurant and many times it's not successful, right? So what do you say you attribute that to? Like some kind of what's your secret weapon?
I think our secret weapon is keeping it very simple. You know, sticking true to our identity and letting the food speak for itself. One of my main beliefs is that you don't need a really expensive product to make a great dish. You don't need a Wagyu A5 from Miyazaki. Okay. Because no matter how you cook it, you can sear it, you can microwave it, you can overcook it, you can water boil it. It's going to taste great.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
but if you can take 3 simple ingredients that are world's most humblest ingredients, like water, flour, and eggs, or example, yours, water and flour, water and masa.
Yeah, exactly.
Make a great dish out of that.
For sure.
And people come back every day after that. I think that for me is what is called cooking, and that's what's true love.
I love that.
Not taking foie gras or Wagyu and putting it on a plate.
Okay.
For me, that's senseless.
Okay.
Your daughter can do that.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay,
you know, I mean, you can microwave the thing and it tastes great.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I think for me, the reason why we're so successful is, I mean, that's also one of the core values behind our pasta brand. You know, it's also probably because we are one of the, I guess we're one of the main restaurants that can have locals and foreigners dine at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, for me, that's where you meet the perfect balance, meet the perfect medium, and that's why we're actually very, very successful, I think.
I think when you're able to get the mix of expats and locals coming in, kind of rubbing elbows together and eating, you know, having a drink, having some food, I think that's a key, right? Yeah. Because Taiwanese, they like a busy place, right? So if they walk by and you're packed, they're kind of like, ooh, what's going on over there? If they walk by and it's empty, they're kind of like, they don't even notice you're there. Right. So, I mean, we've been there. We've been slammed, people lining up, turning people away, and then we've been empty. So we can feel the difference, man. It's pretty crazy. Sure. It's really crazy, bro. So I'm just going to this is just different camera angles. Bam. Check that out. Blam. Yeah. Bam. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Yeah, so
awesome.
If you guys are enjoying this and you're on Facebook, don't forget to jump over to YouTube and watch the whole video, www.eddy.live, eddy.live, to catch the whole interview. If you're on Facebook, jump over there now. If you're on YouTube, enjoy the rest of the show.
Awesome.
All right. Cool. Let's keep going, bro.
Let's do it.
How was the taco, all right?
It's awesome.
All right. Want to grab the next one?
What's the next one?
The next one is just like a simple sort of carnita style, like a pulled pork. Yeah,
all right.
So the corn tortilla has a bit of a story. It's when we started. I got an enchilada story for you while you use your taco. When we started, I was thinking more like traditional, right? And people were like, "You gotta have enchiladas. We want enchiladas. We want enchiladas." And I was like, "There's no corn flour. There's no maseca. There's no masa. Nothing like that here. So we can't do enchiladas." And they're just like, "Oh, you're making these really good flour tortillas. So use that." And I'm like, "No, that's not enchiladas." So months and months and months go by, and people are enchiladas. I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna use my flour tortillas. Then we're hand rolling. I'm gonna make enchiladas with flour tortillas. Everyone's gonna hate it. It's gonna be blasphemy." I put it on the menu. It's our top seller.
Right.
Still now our top seller, right? And the extended version of the story is when we were able, there was a company that was bringing maseca in, right? Like maseca, arimasa, like a dried corn flour, right? They were bringing that in, and I was like, perfect. Taiwanese made like corn on. There's a lot of corn stuff here. Like even on pizza, there's corn, right? So I'm like, they're gonna love it. So you know what I mean? Like pizza's on corn. It's like mixed vegetables on. So I'm like, perfect. So we get them. We're hand making these corn tortillas with maseca. We switch everything flour over to flour over to corn, including enchiladas and tacos and all that, and our sales just go like through the gutter. The sales. People are like, "Oh my God, your enchiladas were amazing. They were the best I've had. They were crispy. They were soft." And now they suck. I'm like, but
that's
what
authentic?
Yeah, I'm like, what? They're like, what happened? I'm like, no, that's actually the real way. Like with corn tortillas, you're supposed to use corn tortillas, and they're like, no, we like the other way better. So I switched it back, and again, the sales went back up, and still to this day, it's one of our top sellers. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So we got like a full page on our menu dedicated to the enchilada. We have a little bit of the story on there.
I saw
it's
that.
crazy, right? And still, you get like a new person in, and you're like, enchiladas are supposed to be on corn tortillas. So I have to tell them this. I've told so many people the same story, but eventually I put that full page in there and told them kind of why, right? And now, if you want corn, yeah, we can do it, no problem. We have it, right? But 9 times out of 10, the flour outsells it.
They want
it's
the
crazy.
Ones.
It's crazy.
Interesting.
And then next level was the company we were working with importing the corn flour. They were having tough times, so they stopped. And then I had 10 bags of maseca left, of arimasa, which is another brand, but same thing. We had these 10 bags left, and I was like, oh shit, so now we're gonna no more corn tortillas. Now it's been like 10 years, and we're just gonna be like, yeah, there's no more. And I'm like, okay, I know that there's this organic, dried organic corn from a farm in Taiwan. And I'm like, I don't know how to do like the nixtamal sort of thing, right? So I said, I'm going to figure it out. I called home. I called some relatives back home and went on YouTube. We did experiments. So for about a month or 2 months, I was just in the kitchen, just playing with that.
Right.
And I'm like, no one's done that in my family because in Mexico, you don't need to. It's so red. You can go to the corner store, and there's like packs of tortillas everywhere, like the fresh tortilla factories, like bakeries. So I get these. So eventually, I buy this little hand crank, right? Because I don't want to spend on this massive machine if it sucks,
work,
right? So you got this hand crank, and it's like there's 2 kilos of corn. It takes like an hour, and then I start putting them out there, and then you just kind of like you wait and you watch people, and people are just kind of like, oh, yeah. And then I'm just like, they're like, hey, your corn tortillas are better than before. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's try it for 3 months. And then our corn tortilla sales, they went up. And then it was like, okay, let's buy the machine because this is too much work.
That's
yeah.
awesome. So
but
now
it's
in the
cool.
back.
Yeah. So actually, the funny thing is we were looking at machines in Mexico, and we made this mistake before. Like our flour presser is from Mexico.
Right.
And it's nice. It's a little bit primitive. So when you get a Taiwanese repairman to like maintain it and stuff, they look at it. It's got like a bike chain. They look at it like, what is this? Yeah, and I mean, and the technology here is amazing, right? So they look at it like, what the hell, just buy new? And I'm like, no. You don't understand what it cost me and the craziness to get that freaking machine here. So please fix it, So now, like, we're looking at the corn stuff in Mexico, and we're like, we're not going to make the same mistake. So the stuff that we use to grind the corn tortillas is actually used to grind sesame paste. Yeah, so it's the same machine.
Okay.
So we love it, man.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
Crazy, right?
Very interesting.
So
you're saying you have the same machine that grinds sesame paste right now?
Yeah, it's like Yeah, so they brought it in. They brought some sesame seeds. They made that the one that goes in the mochi.
Yeah.
They made a peanut butter out of it. It's really amazing, but we use it for corn. For this corn.
Awesome, man.
Crazy, brother.
That's really cool.
So you guys have a pretty amazing pasta machine.
We do.
Right? So maybe you can tell me the story behind that. How that ended up coming.
It's well, I mean, right now it's a little too slow for our production.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a good problem.
It makes it only makes 9 kilos per hour, I believe, but it's not enough. Okay, just because we are nonstop busy every day. In the beginning when we originally bought that, we were like, okay, it should be good. 9 kilos could probably last us a day. Okay. Do we know that's like gone like one round?
Oh my god!
We just sell a lot of pasta. Honestly, obviously we're a pasta shop and everything, but we go through so much pasta, it's crazy. The machine doesn't stop from like 9 a.m., 8:30 a.m. to like 7 p.m. at night.
You almost need like a night shift going.
So we have 3 pasta guys, which is the Pastaos.
Okay.
And then they just keep making pasta, So our flour and our electricity is through the roof.
Oh, really? Okay, that's crazy. I bet, yeah. I saw you selling the semolina flour there, yeah?
No, I wasn't selling it. I was giving it for free because one of the companies gave it to us, but that's coarse. We can only use fine.
Okay.
So after we tested it, it wasn't as good. The texture was not as good as our normal standards.
Okay.
And then we decided to give it away to everyone. I got rid of it in like 6 hours. Everyone came and got it.
Beautiful.
So fast.
Oh, sure. That's the power of free, right?
First, free. No, but the thing is, if I had $10 in front of it, no one wants it.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
$10, no one wants it. But if I write free, everyone wants it. It's like, I'll figure out what to do with it later. Like,
that's crazy. Yeah, like I'm just gonna hoard this stuff and figure it out, man. Crazy stuff, bro. So where did your cooking skills come from originally, bro?
All right. So as you guys may know, I am from New York, born and bred from New York. Came here when I was 27 years old, but when I was 18 years old, I had no prior culinary experience at all.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I guess apparently it was my blood. I entered a competition. Yeah. I ranked 4th as like one of the teen chefs. I won $25,000 in 2008. And then with that money, I put that towards culinary school at the Art Institute of Philadelphia, and I dropped out after 1 month because I threw a knife at my roommate. Actually, I threw a machete at my roommate. Twice.
Machete, like, oh my god,
yeah,
machete, right?
It was. It was
you
like
threw a machete.
It was more of like it was more of like a ninja machete kind of.
Oh yeah, like a katana blade sort of
like
deal.
That.
You had one of those, and they're like, oh, this guy, he's got a katana.
For real, I had
in
like
his
so
room.
many. It was, like being born and raised in New York. You're like kind of like.
And you're Asian, right? So they're like, I gotta have katanas on my wall, right? That's
like,
awesome.
Some, like, pipes and chains and everything.
I love it.
And
Nunchucks.
Me, 18 years old, going to Philly, like by myself. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna prepare myself in case someone tries to like hurt me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's very normal, Anyways, and then so one night I got really drunk. Me and that roommate, we kind of got in an argument. He also competed with me in a competition.
Oh, so you kicked his ass and you got pissed.
So I kicked his ass, he got pissed.
Sure.
And then next day, he snitched on me. He slept that night with a chef's knife under his pillow. And for real, I know it's crazy, right? And the next day, the cops started raiding my room, and I got kicked out of school.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
And so I lost all that money, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, So sorry, I can't say that.
No, you can. It's all good. It's all good, bro. It's all good. Yeah, all good. Yeah. Keep it up. I love it. I love the story, man.
And then I just decided to move back to New York. That was like 2008, and then I just got my first job at Boulay, 2-star Michelin restaurant. And from there, I just started working my way up.
Beautiful.
I don't believe in going to school. Obviously, this is not like for everyone,
Sure. Hey, preaching to the choir, brother.
Sucks, man, honestly, really, but it really does.
Yes.
I was more of a learning, learn as you go kind of guy. And,
I agree.
Just worked at Boulay for like a year and a half, and just started working my way up like Michelin-star restaurants.
Fantastic.
Like 12 years later, 13 years later, I'm here. Like, was it the right route? I think so. I mean, I don't have debts right now.
Yeah.
I would say I'm kind of successful.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm okay. I'm cool with where I'm at right now.
I mean, to get to that point, that how old are you right now, man?
31.
Yeah, I mean, like you're so young still. To get to that point so quick, it's great. I mean, I think again we're talking about school. So one of my questions was, go to school to like a cordon bleu and learn all your stuff there, or go under like a Michelin chef. Obviously, you already answered it, but
don't go to school. Save your mom's money.
Save mom's money.
Save mom's money.
Save mom's cash.
You can buy a car with that instead.
Yeah, there you go.
And honestly, people who go to culinary school and like. I get interns and stages all the time, and even back in the States, even now actually as well.
Yeah.
They'll tell me they went to Le Cordon Bleu or whatever it is, and first thing I'll do is I'll laugh at them.
Really? Yeah.
I really will. I mean, I'm not gonna laugh in your face, but I'll laugh inside, and I'm like, all right, let's see what he can do.
Yeah, sure.
But it's really like, if you really want to be on top of the game, I would honestly say go learn under some great chefs. Doesn't have to be a Michelin chef. It can be a leader, a guy who knows all those things like Eddy, or it could be someone else very humble. You know, honestly, don't pay to go to school.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I would rather work and get paid in food and knowledge and experience.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot more sense, you know.
I've been doing this for about 14 years, and sometimes you get a group of young guys that come in, and then they learn stuff, and then they're like, "Oh, I learned everything. I'm going to leave." And then when they're like 30, they come back, and life has just like broke them, and they're just like, "Dude, working here was like the best thing, man. I love it." And I'm like, "Hey, man, come by anytime. Hang out, grab a beer." So it's because we're pretty chill. I mean, I'm down to like today we took the morning off, and I just I retaught the salsas. I retaught what did I do? I retaught 3 or 4 things, and everybody was kind of like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, it's like layers. You got to make sure the oil's hot. You got to make sure the onion is like going clear before you add the next thing, right? And they were like, "Okay," because it's a hard thing to just be like, "Oh, dude, you did it wrong," and they're like, "Well, I don't know how to do it right." So I'm like, "Okay, well, let's fix it." Yeah. So, yeah, man.
For sure.
It's crazy. I mean, again, I'm like not a big chef. I just cook with my mom, but the stuff that we make is stuff that I've been eating my whole life, and now it's been like 14, 15 years that we've been cooking it as a restaurant for almost half my life, dude. I'm 42, but
very lucky that I would trade you tacos or pasta any day.
Oh, dude. Okay, sounds good. I'll take that. Hey, we got that on camera, right? Perfect. Yeah. I love it, brother. I love it.
Cheers,
dude. I'm gonna pull up a picture of some of this. Hold up. Where are we at? Lamb. Look at that. Ooh, what is that?
Yeah,
what is that?
All right. So what we got on the left one, the one that's all gold. So it's actual 14 karat gold, dusted, golden ingot tortellinis.
Ridiculously good.
It was actually really
ridiculously
good.
So
I thought about this for a long time. This was for our Chinese New Year's menu at Pastaio. It's a regular semolina dough. It's a fresh pasta dough that we made. Inside the filling is a black truffle black truffle ricotta. It's like this little mousse inside there, and then we kind of just finished it with some pickled onions and some gold flakes. It's really, really elegant. Yeah, that one's actually really dope.
It was so good, dude. Like my wife, my daughter, and I, we rarely agree on what we're gonna go eat, but so hard to get a reservation. I'm like, no, we're going. We went there. We ordered up a storm. You hooked us up with a couple dishes, which was fantastic. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Food's incredible, man. Incredible. What about the other one on the right, man?
So the one that we have on the right is very simple chili chorizo clams. So we take Mexican chorizo, and we take some lao gama, which is that little chili red sauce that's like Taiwanese people love. It was made in China.
Sure. Yeah.
So good. Add some tomato sauce into it, and add some love, man. It's super simple, but it's layers of flavor, and that's one of our top sellers as well. Did you have that?
I didn't have that, man, because we had like the Chinese New Year menu, right?
Right.
But we had a salad. We had that. What is that thing? It was like it looked like an orange, but it was like duck liver or something inside.
Like duck liver mousse.
Oh, dude, it was that thing was incredible. Like the soup, the salad, everything we had was just like, crap, this is good. And then when you've got like 5 or 6 dishes that are incredible, you're just kind of like looking at them like, I've only got room for like a little bit more, and you're just like, which one am I going to get? What am I going to get? That gold thing was pretty. I think that was probably my favorite. It was incredible, dude. That thing was so good, man. So good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Good food, brother. Hey, good food speaks, right? Good food speaks. So you were saying that your family's from Taiwan originally, right? But you're born in the States?
Correct.
Oh, good.
So I am of Taiwanese
there you go. Boom. There's you, man. Look at this guy.
That 3 year
and you got and your hair, brother. That hair is fantastic.
My
I love
hair
that
looks
hair.
exactly the same, but I'm like 12 kilos fatter now.
That's the restaurant. That's the restaurant life, bro. That's the restaurant life, man.
Seriously, man. That was 2018.
Was it? Yeah. What is it, like a photo shoot, or what was this about?
So this was a photo shoot for a vegetarian restaurant that I opened called Verde.
Oh, check this out. Blam.
Bam.
Hey, yeah.
Look at that.
We got the photos, man. So this is a vegetarian restaurant? Okay, okay. That was here.
It was here.
Okay.
It's on Yenji and Renai. Or it was.
Still rocking, yeah? No?
It went under a long time after I left.
Okay.
And wow, I look skinny there.
Dude. when I see pictures of myself, people are like, oh wow. The first thing I think is, oh my god, I was like 10 kilos lighter there.
Oh man,
but no, it's a good picture. That's not what what we're trying to point out.
Real.
It's pretty awesome, man.
Hair's on point as well.
Your hair is always on point, man.
It's always to the left.
Yeah, that you got the hair game, brother. The hair game, bro. I'll pull up one more here. Blam! There's a kitchen shot. There's a kitchen shot. What's going on in there?
That's dope. So
What's
honestly,
going on there,
but
bro?
this one is actually not even me though.
Oh, it's not. Oh shit. Well, I found it in your. Okay.
I found that on Google too. But I thought it was dope. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna claim it. Yeah.
I'll take that, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh.
Pretty cool.
Let me pull up one more. That is you.
Okay. That is me, and that was me like long
That is you.
time ago.
That is you.
Oh no.
That's you. Like, what's the secret of plating a dish?
Creativity,
Okay.
seeing where the blind spots are. But that was me when I was 26 years old, right after I left the one-star restaurants.
Okay.
At that time, I was still very confused of my culinary identity.
Okay.
So I didn't really know what I wanted to do with food or the direction I really wanted to go.
Okay.
Like you can work in all these different restaurants.
Okay.
And as great as it sounds, but you really don't know who you really are.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, like until I came to Taiwan, actually, after 2 failed restaurants in Taiwan, I finally found a successful one.
Okay.
I finally built that one, which is Pastaio now. So
Yeah,
I kind of
sure.
know where I want to go. I kind of know my direction, my vision, what it is now. It's not just cooking.
Yeah.
Cooking fine dining food, like plating things with like fancy tweezers and everything is great.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
But it's not really cooking,
Okay.
in my opinion, in my own personal opinion.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah, man. I think actually, like I said, I've been here a long time, and I also feel I mean, before I came here, I was really quiet and really shy. I went to the schooling I did was to be a police officer. So I went to do that. I did that schooling, and then I went to do my test. I was like 21 or something. I destroyed the physical, right? The written and all that stuff. Got all the way to the end, and then they grill you for about 3 hours just to kind of, I guess, they test your brain or whatever. Say if you're gonna crack.
They create you as in like physics, like
They basically, it's like a 2-3 hour like interview.
Right.
I mean, I signed a paper I'm not supposed to share, but whoops, it's okay. So basically, I did that, and basically I failed at the end because I was young and I hadn't seen anyone beat to death. Like any really horrible stuff in my life. And I'm like, well, I come from a small town. When shit gets hairy, I'm getting I'm getting the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not gonna waiting around for someone to get stabbed, right? So they're like, okay, well, everything else is good. Go out, get some more life experience, reapply in 2 years.
Right.
And then I thought, shoot. So I thought, okay, I'm going to come here. So I came here. I was planning on 1 or 2 years here. And then after 2 years, I was like, this is way more fun than back home. So I stayed, man. It's a crazy place, dude.
Taiwan, though?
I actually was coaching soccer as well in Canada. So here I had a little soccer school for a while. And I still help with like the soccer sort of associations and stuff here, just not as much as I'd like, because I'm so busy now, right? I did that. I also taught English, right? I taught kindergarten. I taught kindergarten for a few years, which was, funnily enough, it helped me get over like the shyness of standing in front of people and talking. I got over that teaching kindergarten, because when you teach kids, I mean,
it's easy to talk to them.
It's easy just chatting, and then you're like, wait a minute, you do that, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to teach it. Yeah, right? I'm like, this is easy. And then you talk to adults, and you're like, I'm just going to pretend they're kids, and it's going to be the same thing. And now it's like we're doing a podcast, and it's like,
that's great.
We're just chatting, dude. Yeah. So it's pretty crazy, man.
That's interesting, actually.
It's pretty crazy, dude. Yeah.
But out of all different countries and everything, why Taiwan, though? So
when I came out here, I always wanted to come to Asia, right? When I was a kid, I was like, you look at the continents, and Asia's so big, and I'm like, I want to go there. One of my best friends growing up is a Taiwanese guy. He's a Taiwanese Canadian. He helped me get through school. I mean, I hate to say it, but he's a typical guy who's like smart, kills it at math, kills it at everything. So I sat with him because, I mean, I sucked at school. I was just like copying him the whole time. And there was this one time, I believe it was like grade 1 or grade 2, we went to like the cafeteria. I was going to the cafeteria. I had like my beans and rice and my like tortillas and stuff like that. That mom packed a lunch. Right. And I go in there, and he had like his fried rice and his his chow mein and all that stuff. And he's just sitting there, and I'm sitting there. And I'm like, damn, that looks good, dude. And he's looking at my like beans and rice. He's like, God damn, that looks good too. And I'm like, want to trade? He's like, yeah. So we traded, and we were just like, and then we're like super good friends from then on, man. Yeah. So yeah, actually, the funny thing was, his family's Taiwanese.
Okay.
And he came to visit about, I would say 3-4 years ago, to visit his family here. And he came to see me, and I showed him around Taipei, dude. I showed him around Taipei and stuff like that. I took him to like Din Tai Fung, and I took him to like cool places and stuff. And it was cool. It was really cool, man. Yeah, I mean, it's like full circle, right? It's a really cool guy. So basically, I figured, I speak English and Spanish. If I can learn one more, obviously Mandarin, right? Chinese Mandarin, right? Would be the best. Right. And one other thing was, where I live in Canada, it snows a lot. So Korea snows, so it's like, nope. And like Japan, they snow. I'm like, nope. And I'm like, oh, this little tropical island, and I can learn Chinese. I'm like, let's try that one. And so I came here, dude. Yeah, it's weird, right? It's weird. And I was going to come for 1 or 2 years. And
14 years later.
14 years later, dude. No, 18 years later. 14 is the restaurant, bro. Yeah. It's crazy, dude. Yeah, I'm 42. I came here when I was like 23.
Holy moly.
Getting old, bro. Getting old.
Wow.
But yeah. That's the life, man. Wow. It's crazy.
Congrats, man.
Thanks, bro. You want to grab that last one, and I'll call on the next round. So this is like this is a little hard shell taco. Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah. Try it out, bro. Yeah, man. It's just it's been so good to me, and the people that I've met here. I don't know. I love it. So I have no. When I go back to visit. I miss my family. I miss my brother, my sister, my parents. One of the bummers is I miss my daughter's kids a lot because I miss them kind of grow up. But overall, man, I don't miss Canada. I mean, we go to Mexico a few times, quite a few times before. Love it. But this is the place, man. I think Taiwan's the place to be. It's funny. I've been here for so long. A lot of people think I came here because I'm half white, half Taiwanese. A lot of people think that, man. They're like, "Oh, you're half Taiwanese, half white, right?" I'm like, "What?" So it's crazy. No, I'm not. My family's Mexican. No, but I get that a lot. When I speak Chinese, they're like, "Oh, you kind of have like pretty good, but it's like ABC-ish, but it's kind of like you must be half white, half Taiwanese." And I'm like, "No, I'm actually Mexican. I don't look it, but yeah, it's crazy stuff."
Which part of Mexico?
Guadalajara, yeah. It's kind of like a central-ish area where it's pretty traditional. Right. It's a good spot. Obviously, Mexico's it's a little bit dangerous, but it's beautiful, man. People are nice. Taiwan reminds me of the good parts from Canada and the good parts from Mexico. I mean,
how so?
Because Mexico, I mean, people are really warm. They're really happy. They're out late, night markets. It's kind of lively. Right. Canada, after like 6, there's nothing. It's like dead, right? and Canada's nice. It's safe, and it's a good. Canada's a good spot. Mexico's great, but here it's kind of like the best of both worlds for me. Yeah. You just got to learn the language. Yeah. Which is not the easiest thing, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, brother.
So how often do you go back to Mexico or Canada?
So I would go back to Canada when I was single, every year. And then after that, it was, every few years. And after opening the restaurant, I mean, you don't have any money. It's like never. You don't have any money.
You FaceTime.
Yeah, you got to FaceTime, which helps a lot. But it's been a few years. We were actually due last year, but of course we couldn't go anywhere last year. And then, maybe next year. Or maybe Christmas. We'll see. But Mexico... Before I opened this branch, we went there to look at tortilla machines, and it was the first time I've been back since I came to Taiwan, which was like 15 years. So I went to Mexico. My family picked me up, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe I'm in Mexico because it's been so long. Got there, we went out to eat. Food's incredible. People are incredible. One Sunday morning, we just went for this walk, and there was like big cathedral church thing, and there was like. All the grandmas making, sopes and stuff by hand. And I just sat there, and they had mariachis, and it was just like me and my wife were there, and my uncle was there ordering food, and we sat down. Dude, I started crying, man. I just started crying. Right. And then everyone's like, you okay? I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me, man. I just can't believe I'm here right now. It's crazy because I haven't been here for so long. We're doing what we're doing over there. We're trying to spread the word, and we're just... It's crazy. You're getting like this recharge of your culture. It's just like, wow, it's crazy. Awesome. It was a crazy experience. Awesome. Crazy experience, man. Mexico is a beautiful place, man. I love it. But again, I feel at home here. Like I feel when I'm in Canada or I'm in Mexico, I feel like I'm on vacation. But when I'm here, I'm like I'm home. I feel home here. I love it, man. And Taiwanese people are great. I mean, in the very beginning, to be honest, I was younger. I was like 23, 24. I was like, the women are beautiful. Everyone's nice. Like, doesn't snow. I'm gonna stay, you know. And it doesn't snow, you know. I mean. Yeah, I shoveled snow like a madman growing up my whole life. And here I'm like, hey, it's a tropical island. Everyone's beautiful. People are nice. Like, why would I leave this place?
Mosquitoes, earthquakes.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Flying cockroaches.
That's right, yeah. Well, the flying cockroaches, again, Mexico, right? We got those. We got those there.
That's true. They have that in New York as well, too. I mean, not like really flying ones, but...
Yeah, like next level. There's some next level stuff here, though. Yeah, for sure, bro. I'm going to pull up some names of some chefs, yeah? Sure. Some famous chefs. And I'll just do like a little rapid fire. You tell me what you think if I can open my phone. I just like had to reinstall everything on my phone because everything, you know, it gets so full it just craps out sometimes, right? So rapid fire chef edition. All right, let's go. Gordon Ramsay. What do you think of Gordon Ramsay?
Awesome. I think he is one of my I look up to him so much. His standards, what he's done, where he came from, and just the strive for excellence that he constantly has. I mean, forget his attitude and his meanness, you know, because I think that's a normal. You know, just stop being a strawberry. You know, if you want to work in the kitchen, you got to stop being a strawberry.
I agree.
Which is, you know, I mean, that's a very big thing that's everywhere, actually, especially in Taiwan.
Well, yeah. You know, I've only opened a business here. And I always think, well, you know, Canada's, but actually, yeah, similar. It's not that far off, for sure.
Not, you know, I mean, like here, your skin needs to be thick. Like if you get yelled at or bitched at, don't go home crying.
Yeah, don't. And then your mom calls and it's like my son is.
No, I've never had that.
Yeah, that's weird though. Luana, can you okay the round two? Yeah. No, like I've had people come in for interviews with their mom.
Have you had that? Awkward.
Have you had that?
No, that's
and
my awkward.
The mom would be like, "Oh my God, my son, he's so good, he loves it." And I'm like, can he talk or what are we doing?
Or do I need you to sign a waiver first?
I'm like, what are we doing here? And she's like, oh, he's really good. He can't wait to work. And the guy's just like, and I'm like, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Yeah.
Let me get back to you about it. Yeah.
Let me get back to you. Yeah. All right, Jamie Oliver.
Yeah.
I
think he's more of a TV personality guy. You know, he makes his money like that.
Okay.
Solid cooking skills. I don't know. I mean,
Have you tried the restaurant downtown? Was it open? Is it still open? I don't think it's open anymore, right?
It went under.
A long time ago.
After they went under, I tried to buy their equipment for them, but they wouldn't sell it to me because it was all part of this
franchise something.
Foreclosure deal.
Okay. Did you try it when it was open?
I did. It was. I mean,
okay.
I'm not gonna say anything bad, you know.
No, sure. Of course, yeah. We went because people were raving, and also we were like, I mean, it wasn't bad, but. You know, James. You know, you see this guy.
Pasta.
Yeah. I mean, you see this guy on TV, and he's he's doing incredible things, and I'm like, I expected a lot. It wasn't bad. It was okay. It was okay. I was like, okay, all right, not bad.
I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean,
it wasn't bad for sure.
But that's not like Jamie Oliver, though. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, okay. Especially with Jamie Oliver and Gordon Ramsay's beef.
Yeah.
You know, I would rather sit behind Gordon Ramsay.
Okay. Team Gordon right here. Team Gordon. All right. Well, Guy Fieri.
Oh, God, please no.
Okay.
Next. He's a joke.
He's a joke?
I mean, he's a joke. He's a bloke, but...
Okay.
Yeah. That's when you sell yourself out.
Okay.
You know, I mean, for me, there's a point of self-respect and how you want people to see you. And if you just want the money, and you don't really care about how others see you.
You don't like those frosted tips and that crazy.
When I was like 14.
Yeah. I think I did.
45.
I know.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. He's older than I. That's nuts, dude. Yeah.
So no to Guy Fieri. Yeah.
What about Joel Robuchon?
Ooh, he's like on the top of the list.
He's the top. Yeah.
You know, like 26 Michelin stars, whatever.
Is that what he's got?
I mean, he passed away, but iconic.
Okay,
he's like the OG. Can't say anything bad about him.
Of course, yeah.
He's watching us right now, so I can't say anything. You know,
he's like, hey, he's there. He's got his beer. He's checking out the show. He's like, hey. What about?
He's probably watching us right now on the podcast.
Right, yeah, he's watching the podcast, right? Yeah, for sure. I hope he is. Send us a comment, man. Yeah. What about Andre Chang?
Andre Chang.
Yeah.
Andre Chang. Zhang Zhenchen.
Zhang, yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. He is the quintessential chef that's bringing up Taiwanese culinary, fine dining. You know, honestly, he's the one. He's a driving force, and respect.
Fantastic.
Respect,
I love it.
And plus, I honestly, I can't say anything bad anyways.
No, yeah,
I mean, like, I'm going to walk out your doors and get beat up by someone wearing
Taiwan. No, for sure. No,
but honestly, realistically, he's dope. He's great. And I've never met him before, but I know a lot of people who know him, people who work with him. And he's
pretty incredible. Taiwan's such a small world, right? It's crazy.
Like, he's definitely the driving force behind creative Taiwanese.
I love it. Creative Taiwanese, man. I love it. What about Bobby Flay? Two more. Bobby Flay.
Bobby Flay, okay.
Yeah.
I would say
brunch guy. Bobby Flay.
Brunch guy, I think he's cool. I think he actually worked for his. Recognition.
Okay.
He's from New York. He has a couple restaurants in New York.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Okay.
I would have brunch with him.
Okay, yeah, his brunch looks great, man.
His brunch looks pretty dope,
sometimes I'll be like watching that. I'm like, I want to try that. Looks good.
I mean, he has a good show.
Bobby Flay, yeah, good show. I love his show. Yeah. Last one, Anthony Bourdain.
Ooh, I think like yesterday was his 1 year anniversary.
Was it 1 year already?
Yeah. Well, I mean, not 1 year, like 2 or 3 years, but it was one of his anniversaries of death passing away. He's great, man.
Yeah.
He's the badass.
I actually love what he would do. Would he go around and learn? I mean, Gordon Ramsay has something where he goes around and learns and stuff too, and I love that. I think that's really cool because I mean, you're like basically like culinary. You're like the king of the culinary world, but you're going around and you're learning like from like moms making dumplings. I think that's fantastic.
That is
I love
awesome.
it. I love
honestly,
it.
I think he is actually one of Anthony Bourdain. He's definitely he's probably one of the guys one of the main chefs who allowed a lot of the younger generations to kind of open up, I guess, I think.
Okay.
And not be scared and just be a chef, I guess. You know?
Beautiful. I love it. That's it. Did I miss anyone? What do you think?
No, man. I mean, there's
obviously a lot, but
there's
anybody?
a lot of them, but I mean, the podcast is not going to be one of those
exactly.
tomorrow,
Yeah. What about one? You think of one that I blatantly missed, that somebody that you love, one of your guys.
David Boulay. Masa
I
Takayama.
had him on the list, but I didn't put it on because I didn't know enough about him.
Boulay.
Okay.
It was my first job I ever worked at. 18 years old, Timothy.
Really?
I remember that, yeah.
Okay. Wow.
He was really, really badass. You know, he's a great chef. Who else? Masa Takayama.
Okay.
He's a chef of Masa, 3-star Michelin restaurant in New York. He's great. He's so badass, bald head guy. You hear his clogs walking like so. He would wear Birkenstocks every day, like open heel ones. So they would kind of like click, click, click.
Okay.
Whenever you hear his clicking, you like stand straight up. You just stand straight and you just like shut the fuck up and just do your work.
Yeah.
It's so scary. It was so intense.
Okay.
Who else? Sean Hergot.
Okay.
Australian chef or New Zealand or I forgot. Okay. Australian chef. I mean, I know there's a beef between New Zealand and Australia, so I'm not really sure which one it is. But he was great. He once told me like to stand the fuck up and to tuck my hair in because at the time my hair was sticking out my beanie in the kitchen.
Okay.
And he would just tell me like, this is not a fucking fashion show. This is a kitchen.
Okay.
And I was like scared. I went home. I was like, holy fuck, man. I was like 19 though, so.
No, but it's good. I think that's needed.
It is.
That's needed. I mean, I didn't work in kitchens, but like my first job, I was like 15. I was like stacking diapers in a warehouse, dude. And they're just like, you know, I dropped something and they're like, fuck are you doing, man? If you can't stack diapers, I'm what the fuck, dude, you know? And I'm like, yeah, it's true. It's true. You know, I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. So basically, yeah, I agree. I definitely agree now. After running a business, for sure, man. Yeah. Right on, brother. So, from the previous experiences from New York and all that, all the way to your last job before Pastaio, how did that contribute to, I think, because when you're taking your restaurant right now, like hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Right? Like from day one, it's packed.
Yeah.
So how did all of those experiences and like many failures here and there, how did they contribute to you now, Pastaio?
Well, they contributed to me in the sense of just like my creativity.
Okay.
And just my knowledge of knowing what is kind of like of the proper procedures and techniques and everything. But that didn't really help me as much, honestly. The reason I'm here right now is probably because of my own mindset.
Okay.
And that also contributed to my son being born.
Yeah.
When my son was born, before my son was born, I was a little child.
We all were, man.
Of course.
We all were.
Like I was a freaking 30-year-old child, 29-year-old child with great cooking skills.
Sure.
Because The ones after he was born, and everything changed.
It's like
everything
a fire under your ass,
It
right?
was. Like everything you do is for your child.
Yeah.
You can't, you know, you just need to rethink everything you do. And is that the right way to do that? So for me, I mean, yeah, all my past experiences that helped me, that was great. But what really drove me...
I'm going to pull that up right there. Check that out. Boom. I had to do it. He's cute, man. Such a great picture, yeah. That was one of my questions, and you just nailed it right there. Yeah, I agree, bro. Everything you do, you were saying, yeah? I cut you off.
Everything you do right now is actually because of your child, you know, of your child, of your spouse, of your future.
Yeah.
And main contributors because of those two, obviously.
Family right there.
Family right there.
Yeah. He's cute, too. How old is he now?
1.5.
Okay.
1.5.
All right. It's beautiful, man. I love it. I think the family, same for me. It was a struggle for so long. And then after we had my daughter, I was like, you know, we have to make it work.
Right.
You know, we have to. We just have to.
Do it, yeah.
I'm like, well, what are you going to do? Whatever the fuck I have to do, I'm just going to do it. If I got to sing karaoke, if I got to flip tortillas, if I got to, like, dig ditches, I'm going to do it.
Right.
Because I just have to.
Because
you got this little sack, this little human that just relies on you. I mean, they can't do anything. It's just, it's your family. You got to do it. You just got to do it. And for me, that was it, you know. I mean, like Thursday nights, I always have people like, hey, we're going to beers, we're doing this and that. My daughter has jiu-jitsu on Thursday. We go, I have like an adult class after her, but she goes, she loves jiu-jitsu. She loves, I mean, all the things that she likes. I coach soccer my whole life, right? Take her out to play. She doesn't like it that much. We watch UFC since, you know, pretty much my whole life and her whole life. She's like, I want to try this. I'm like, you don't want to do soccer, you want to do jiu-jitsu. She's like, yeah. I'm like, all right.
You were like, probably like, damn, okay.
I'm like, we'll take it. So we go in there and stuff, and it's great. She loves it. And it's just like, you know, she'll be like, oh, Dad, I was taking his back. I got the hooks in. I was like, yes. So I was like the best of both worlds. I'm like, I kind of got a boy because she's doing her jiu-jitsu, but I got a little girl.
That's great.
Got Daddy's little girl.
And
so
she
it's pretty
protect
awesome.
herself in the future, too. You know,
oh, dude, that's the thing. That's the thing, right? Yeah. So that's the main reason, bro.
That's great.
That's the main reason, man.
That's awesome, man.
Pull up one more picture here, bro. Blam. Look at that.
That
that is it.
You my sous chef Toro. She's great.
So who's this? Maybe you could describe.
That's Toro. She is a sous chef. She's awesome. One of the best people you will ever meet. Super reliable, responsible, and just a very kind-hearted person.
Okay.
But a badass. She's like a bulldog.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Those are really good.
So we got wings. Yeah. They're there. Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and that's just Pastaio.
Yeah, that's the place, Pastaio.
Right. That was me, 12 kilos skinnier than now.
Dude, you should see.
That was in October.
But
in 2 weeks I lost 8 kilos.
Yeah, that's the restaurant, bro.
So fast. And now I plus 4. So I gained like 12 kilos now. I'm like, holy fuck. I cannot even fit in my clothes anymore. I went to go buy a different hoodie today.
Oh, really?
For the show.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't fit anything else.
You know what's crazy about that, though? The craziest thing about that is in Taiwan, they're letting you know. They let you know, man. Yeah. Back home, you know, you gain like 10 pounds, and everyone's like, no. Don't say, no one says anything. But here they're like, oh, 你变胖了.
Or no, or
like, what happened to you?
Or they'll say, oh, 你变壮了.
Oh, yeah, 变壮了. That's the more.
It's a nice version of saying fat. I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
You know? I mean,
I've been here for a long time. The 壮 is like, it's becoming more polite. Before they would just, oh, 你变胖. Oh, 你好胖哦. You know, just like,
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Oh, 你练, oh, 好胖哦. You know.
一半.
Yeah, so it's like, it's pretty crazy, bro. It's pretty crazy. But I love that, you know. But it's crazy when I go back to Canada for a month or whatever, I gain probably like 10 kilos because it's just, every meal's big and you're not really, like, with this, we're doing our hustle and our bustle. We're hustling all day. Right. I mean, my first year, the schedule for our stand, I would teach kindergarten in the morning, and on lunchtime I'd come back, I'd do beans, rice, I'd do the chicken, like marinate the chicken, and I'd make the dough by hand. We had no machine, so I'd make the dough by hand. Then I'd go back and I'd teach for 2 hours, and I'd come back, pick up all the equipment, take my wife to the stand in Danshui Laojie, and then leave her there to sell, go teach soccer for 2 hours, come back at about 6-ish, and from 6 to midnight just sell. So did that for like 1 year, dude. It was crazy.
No time to eat.
No time to eat, yeah. But the problem is when you gain the weight is when you're so busy, then you get home, and then you have a massive meal at like 11 p.m. You're just like, oh.
And it's like fried foods like Yansuji or like McDonald's.
Yeah, of course,
you know?
yeah. The crazy, it's crazy, man. It's crazy because I'll do like intermittent fasting, and then I'll drop like a bunch of weight, and then I'm all right, feeling good. And then like one day, my wife, I'll take my daughter home earlier. My wife's closing the till. She comes back, and she's got like this big ass like pot of like luwei. And I'm like, no, I'm out of my feasting window. I'm fasting now. And she's like, all right. She's got like the pao mian and all that stuff in there, and I'm just like, it's like those cartoons where you're like smelling it. Like, ooh, yeah. And I'm just like, okay. And I'm just like, okay. So I'll just have a little bit, and then you have a little bit, and then you end up eating so much, like all the dopey and all that stuff, and then you just pound it down, and then you're like, oh, I'm so full, I can't sleep. You're just like, oh, the next day you're like, no, yeah, it's crazy, brother, it's crazy. Well, let's get on the wings, man. Yeah.
Did I tell you, wings are my dying meal? If
I
was put on death row.
Wings, bro.
Wings.
Okay. Well, we can get more if you want.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna start from here.
All right.
This is like the bird's eye chilies, like this Thai chili. I call them Thai chilies, right? We make a sauce with that. So that's the first one, yeah. So,
awesome.
So it's going to go a little bit spicy, a little bit spicier, and then that one's pretty spicy, yeah. So get on that, brother. Winging it, eh? All right. Enjoy. How are you with spicy usually? Pretty solid? So-so?
We'll see.
All right. Perfect.
And this is pretty spicy already.
Okay. Well, yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, dude. Well, we got horchata there and milk, just in case, yeah?
Cool.
So, if people want to go to your restaurant, it's pretty much reservations now only, right?
Yeah.
So how far ahead do you need to book?
30 days.
Okay. Shit, okay.
That's honestly, recently, we've been a little slower from 3 to 4.
Okay. So you guys no shoshi shijian sort of deal, yeah?
4:30 to 5, we have a little shoshi.
Okay.
It's pretty spicy, man.
Is it? Okay, good. Good.
Pretty spicy though, but it's good.
Give that horchata a little stir because the ice has melted it all up, yeah? So what's the secret that you think to get it to the point where it's like when you open a restaurant in Taiwan,
Right.
when I'm open, like this is my 4th one, it's packed. It's going to be packed from day one. But then it's like, it peaks and then it dips and then it kind of like comes back. It's like Bitcoin,
Yeah.
It's like, and it's kind of like it. But yours, what you seem to have done is you've taken that and then you just kept it.
Bro,
and you're just flying.
Right so
yes, perfect. And it's just like you're flying with that, right? And it's like, woo, look at that. There you go, a little different angle there. Yeah, but so what's the idea of how did you keep that? Like you get that high and you kept it, which is what everyone wants when they open a restaurant, but it's almost impossible to do. Like, what do you think?
Just keep up the quality and consistency and the CV value.
Okay.
We didn't really change much, honestly. We just kept doing what we did.
What inspires you to do new dishes, and how often do you change up the menu and stuff? It looks like a lot, man.
Seasonal. I wanted to do seasonal every quarter.
Okay.
But turns out a lot of people haven't eaten the menu yet. So you can't do that.
Okay.
Maybe half a year once. But this is our second menu already.
Okay.
My tongue is so numb right now.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, that's what we got to do. We got to do it, bro. We got to do that. The other ones are even the last one is a little bit crazy, man. I'll be honest. Yeah. But yeah. So you guys, you have like a bar, like a full bar, right? Kind of like a full bar. Not full bar, but like a bar.
Yeah.
You got beers. We had we had something bourbon. I think it was an old fashioned.
Yeah.
It was good. It was nice. How important is it to have a bar in your restaurant, in your opinion?
I would say not really that important.
Not important?
I mean, it depends on what concept you have. Do you really need a bar, or you're talking about like a bar like this?
Okay,
or offering cocktails. Because we don't make anything like to order.
Okay.
We pre-make them and bottle them.
Okay.
So technically, that could have been done off-site.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So essentially, our main goal in the beginning was to cut down the labor.
Okay.
To have everything already pre-made, and people just have like 5 choices. That's it.
Okay. Well, that's good.
But then at the end, it was too busy that we had to keep making it.
Okay. Well, it looked like you had a bartender there, right? You do, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not really, it's more like a barista, but everyone has a recipe.
Okay.
Doesn't matter who you are, PT person, because it's very simple.
Sure. Okay. Well, I think
I cannot talk right now. It's so spicy.
Yeah, baby. All right, you got to get that. You got to get that spice in there, right? You said it was your dying wish, right? The wings, right? The wings. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think I'm about to die soon.
There you go. So, I think the bar Like, do you guys do beers or just cocktails? Or
Just cocktails.
What's the percentage wise, if you don't mind me asking it? Like food to drinks to alcoholic alcoholic beverages, cocktails to like food. Is there a big percentage of customers buying cocktails?
No.
Or is it mostly food?
I mean, it's all food. It's pretty much all food and house wine. House wines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because our main mission is to make food easily accessible, easily priced to everyone in Taiwan.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing. So it doesn't matter how much you make. You make $20,000 a month. Sorry, that's too little. $20,000.
Okay.
That's like illegal.
Yeah,
if you make like $20,000 a month, or you make $1 million a month. I want you to be able to eat here twice a week without breaking the bank.
Okay. So you're saying all over Taiwan, is that a little foreshadowing for something possibly in the future? We don't know.
We'll see you in our next podcast.
We'll see you in the next podcast. Yeah, we'll see you next week. Yeah. I love it, man. Really I think you were talking about obviously the homemade and the handmade pasta and stuff like that. I think obviously a good thing is that Taiwanese love noodles and they love pasta and they're reacting well, right? They're loving it. Well. Okay. And how are they, like, for example, we went for the Chinese New Year menu. Yeah. How do Taiwanese feel? Like, I'm guessing they're like, oh, this guy is like, he's building something with our culture, his culture. Like, how do they feel about that?
I think that they're really willing and accepting it, because what I did here was I made something contemporary but using their traditional like flavor or taste.
Okay.
And also the way they look at it. You know
okay.
what I mean? So one of our most popular dishes is our lao wei niu rou mian, which are spicy beef shimafaldi.
Okay.
So I worked on that for 1.5 years, trying to make it into like a beef noodle soup.
Okay.
So the whole thing is I think Taiwanese people love eating things with a story.
Okay.
If you tell them that this niu rou mian has, like, let's say, it reminds you of when they were 5 years old, eating at a little mian dian with their dad, they're gonna love that.
Yeah, that's the best.
And this is what I did for them.
Okay.
And so it's a lao wei, it's a beef noodles,
I love
a
beef
modern
noodles,
version.
Yeah.
Did you have it last time?
I didn't, man.
Oh,
Dude, we had so many dishes, man. We ate so much. Like, I was like in pain, and we took a bunch of food home. And then we got home, and I was so full, and we still ate the leftovers, dude. I was like, I'm still gonna eat it. Yeah, I didn't even microwave it. I just just eat it like that. Yeah, didn't sleep very well because there was so much. I was just like overdid it big time, bro. Like total big time. So you guys have an open kitchen,
we do,
right? So what's your idea? What do you think of the open kitchen concept? Any pros and cons?
There's only pros.
Okay.
Honestly, there are really bad. There's bad items too, but I would say majority is pros. It builds customer relationship.
Yeah. Okay. It's like a bar, right?
Yes. People will come and see me and be like, "Hey Tim, how was your blah blah blah?" And they're bringing me chocolates or something, or they're bringing like something for my baby. My son. That's
beautiful.
You know, and honestly, that's great. That's the reason people come back for that.
Yeah.
It's also good because people can see how clean you are.
Okay.
The reason, everything's white. We have we have like $1 million marble table, like marble bar, which
it's super nice.
Highly regret it. And highly don't recommend it because it's very, very not like practical.
Yeah.
Our aprons are white, pure white.
Yeah.
It's just
that shows the cleanliness.
Right. It's a means for cleanliness, but I mean, don't do white anymore.
Yeah.
Pasta sauce, tomato doesn't really work that well.
That's funny.
I mean, there are some downsides, which is like you can't really. People will complain. That 口罩没有戴, but we're tasting the food.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
So it's like you're gonna take off your 口罩, and it's like sometimes like this, and they're like, oh, it's not healthy. Then it's like in reality,
you don't want to be touching and then this and then this and then I agree.
So they're complaining that I'm not wearing my 口罩to taste my food, but you're not wearing your clothes out either.
Yeah, of course.
So I mean, obviously you're eating, but I'm doing the same thing. So that's where the kind of like
well, that's I hope hopefully temporary, right? The whole codes out thing, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think for us, it's funny because we wear ours, right? But again, sometimes I'll be like, you have a shot with a customer or you're testing your sauce or whatever, and sometimes I forget and I'll leave it down here, right? And it was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, this Taiwanese lady's like, hey, 老板来. And I'm like, oh, she also mama. And she's just like, mask up.
Oh, she said it like that?
Yeah.
Damn, she's
I was like, holy shit. I was like,
she speaks English.
Yeah, she just said mask up.
Damn.
And I was like, and I went to the kitchen, like, give me 5 minutes. I'm like, let me just, But I mean, it was like, wow, but that's super duper rare. But it was just like, whoa, okay, damn. Yeah, this lady's serious, bro.
Yeah. Like she said mask up?
Yeah, she's just like mask
like
up.
English.
In English, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, no, she also, my mom, she's like mask up. Okay, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, shoot, yeah. But I'm not going to be like, hey, I'm testing food. I'm testing this. I'm just like, all right, whatever. No problem. Yeah.
Interesting.
Need another beer? Or you good?
I'm good right now.
Yeah, brother. I love it. So, do you have any chefs that inspired you to sort of start this path? Like, do you have someone out here that's like, I know you want to do the Michelin thing. You wanted to come out here and be one of the builders of it.
I did.
Okay.
But I found my true identity when I actually came to Taiwan.
Okay.
And I don't want to do that anymore. This also goes back to another concept of mine. One of my beliefs is that Michelin-star restaurants, as much as they're great, people work so hard for them and everything. Course. They're so technical and everything. And people work their whole lives to get that. The thing is, Michelin-star restaurants also come with a price. $6,000 a person. $1. Let's just say $3,000 $6,000.
$200 US, right? Yeah.
So how many of the average Taiwanese person making $28,000 salary working at 7-Eleven, how often can they eat there in 1 year?
Yeah, no.
Maybe not even half
special
time.
Occasion, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
not even half a time.
Yeah.
So what is the purpose of opening a restaurant if people cannot dine there?
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with that too, man.
I stand by that a lot. You know what I mean? That's why I will always keep my prices low. I mean, obviously, if I need to, sacrifice some of my costs here and there, okay, fine. But people will be able to eat there at a quality, affordable place.
Yeah, sure.
You know, like even for me, I don't make a lot of money, but I don't make very little money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't even want to go eat there because it's like $6,000. That's a lot of diapers that I can buy.
You know, I agree 100%, man.
Even though I have a lot of friends, like a lot of Michelin star restaurant friends.
For sure, yeah.
It's just for me, it doesn't make sense if 90% of the people cannot afford to eat at the restaurant. Then what's the purpose of opening that restaurant?
Yeah, because you want to share, you want to give people like that experience, right?
And that's also, I think, another reason why we're so successful.
Yeah,
contributes to the fact why Pastaio right now is so successful. Probably is because we're open to everybody.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
It's attainable for everyone.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, like for example, there's a. Close to my house is a teppanyaki. It's really good. It's like a high-end one. It's super, super good.
Right.
I mean, I've lived in Tianmu for I don't know how many years. I've been in Taiwan for a long time. I've probably been to that restaurant like maybe 5 times. It's good, but it's like the bill comes. It's $6,000. You're like, that's a lot of tacos, man. You know, I'm like, oh my god. But and it's fantastic. But yeah, definitely, I agree.
That's a lot of tacos.
That's what I don't even think in money. Sometimes I'm like thinking in tacos. You know, I have a story with that. There was these guys. Some of my good friends. One guy was going back to the States, right? You know, he was with. I don't want to say names or anything. But he was going back to like a big company and stuff like that. And he's like, hey, you know, I've been here for X amount of years, and you're like, out of all my foreign friends, you're like the guy who knows what's up, right?
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, okay, what's up? He's like, I want to go to one of those KTVs, right? And I'm like, oh, one of those KTVs. Like a Linsen Bay KTV. Right. He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So we go in there, you know. I'm like, well, I mean, I don't go there, but I'm like, I know where it is. I'm like, okay, let's go in there. So we go in, and then they're just like, hey, you know, it's like $6, you know, literally just to sing. It's like $6,000 for an hour and a half or something like that. And I'm like, God damn, that's a lot of tacos, man. That's the first thing I said to him. Like, that's a lot of tacos, dude.
In 1 hour,
that. You know how many tacos I need to flip to freaking pay that? You know, like just for someone to chat. That's crazy, you know. And it was funny because they're like, no, it's all good, but they still hold that against me. They're like, God damn, that's a lot of tacos. Yeah. That's what these guys say. You know, it's so funny, man. Because it's funny. I'm just thinking in tacos, man. It's crazy. Tacos is my currency, man.
It's funny.
I'm trying to get it to Bitcoin, but it's still tacos, man. Yeah, tacos, bro. Let's grab the next one, man. Right. The next one is jalapeno. The next one's made with fresh jalapenos, bro. Right. So this is you go drum or you go wing, whatever you want.
You go first.
No, whatever, bro. You're the guest, bro. Whatever you want, man. Get the meat. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right.
So this is spicier. Not really.
So what happens is
I think jalapenos are not as spicy.
They're not as spicy, but it depends. I mean, these two kind of switch back and forth because when stuff sits for a while, it kind of like ferments and it gets stronger or weaker. It's weird. It's weird. Anyways, try it out, bro. The last one's definitely the spiciest. So yeah.
No, it's not spicy.
Not spicy, right? The last one was spicier. Yeah, there you go.
Last one was spicier. That was like Thai chili.
Sure. Yeah. So it's like it goes up and down, right? It's crazy, bro. So I'm gonna pull up this right here, blam. every time I look at your page and I'm seeing Truffles, I'm like, oh man, what is it about Truffles that everybody loves, man?
What is it about Truffles that everyone loves? I think it's people perceive it to be a very expensive, prestigious product.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's
like
pricey,
it. Sure.
but it's not caviar pricey.
It's not caviar pricey.
It's not Wagyu pricey. So the reason why it's so pricey and why people perceive it to be so expensive is actually, and realistically, it's a restaurant that charges you that money. Their margins are a lot higher than what they really should be charging.
Okay.
So here at Pastaio, why I always have truffles on hand.
Yeah.
And stuff are so cheap, honestly. Very, very,
I know,
very
we had
cheap.
it, we're like...
And that's winter. I mean, winter prices are a little higher, but like during autumn, I mean, like autumn truffles, I sold like 3 grams for like $180.
Okay.
That's like 1.5 tacos.
That's 1.5 tacos, baby.
1.5 tacos, you know?
It's a lot of truffle tacos coming soon, baby.
So usually we get like 2 kilos per week, and we just sell through it.
Okay.
And I mean, we just sell for very cheap. It also goes back to my original concept is I want everyone to be able to eat. Doesn't matter how much you make. I want you to be able to try truffles. And like this is really all about like others, not about me.
Okay.
It's all about, like you said to me before. You're like, it's kind of like it's all about the customer and what they really want. You know, what I mean, if they're not happy, if they don't get the quality, you know, I mean, then there's really no point.
Okay.
So it all comes back to that.
I actually had that dish. That thing was incredible, dude.
Thank you.
And it was funny because she's like, the waitress was asking us like, do you want, the extra on top? I'm like, yeah, for sure. And then I'm eating it, and I'm like, I'm expecting. I don't, because when I'm trying a place I want to try, when it's like a guy like you, I'm like, this place is happening. I actually don't even look at the price. And then we like pigged out, and we're like, let's get everything. And I'm like, okay, yeah, get everything, no problem. And I'm like, oh, the bill's gonna be like massive, but it doesn't matter. And then we went. I'm like, what? That's it? Wait, no. I'm like, is this the right bill? They're like, yeah. I'm like, no, we ate a lot. Like we pigged out, dude. It's like, what, this? And yeah, so I was like, yeah, it's fantastic. It's a pretty awesome concept.
That's great.
I love it, bro. I love truffles, man. And I love truffles, and I don't let myself have them that much because it's just like, you just think, oh no, it's expensive. I don't want to waste my money on truffles, right? But yeah, bro, I think it's pretty awesome. I love it. This is one of the reasons that I actually got into following you and went to see you was because of these. This picture,
right.
These is beautiful. This and this one.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is incredible. That's marketing's beautiful.
It is.
And the branding and just what you're making there. But okay, what I see there is I see handmade, I see delicate, I see professional, I see hair game is on point. You see everything.
Hashtag always.
Right? It's just like this looks, and I see like the wood there. It's kind of like weathered a little bit. It's been cut. It's not like
pristine,
it looks, it's beautiful. So even before you had Pastaio, I really wanted to come and eat your food because of things like this, man. Maybe you can describe this picture, what you were thinking.
So this picture this was for our Christmas set.
Okay.
I mean, this is our Christmas pasta. So what we have is a caramelle. So it's a 2-tone laminated caramelle pasta.
Okay.
Inside is the same filling from the golden filling. The one you had, the 14-karat gold. So we take that as a base, and depending on what season it is or
what is that? What is in that filling?
So it's fresh truffles and ricotta cheese.
Ah, okay. That's why I was just like, and my daughter was just like, that's mine. We were like, nah. So good, dude.
Pretty much it. Just very, very simple. I want to keep it simple. You taste all the flavors. You don't master the truffles. There's actually pure truffles in there.
Okay.
I mean, so it's actually very, very expensive.
Okay,
yeah. And then we just take some time laminating it, which is like the color.
Yeah.
That's
That's great. I mean, that's obviously part of the process, right?
Taste-wise, it's the same taste that you ate last time.
Okay.
The texture is different because the ends where you pinch are harder.
Okay,
no
of course.
How much you cook them, harder.
Of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Beautiful.
That's not on our normal menu though. It's only on our. It's just very time consuming, so I can't sell them every day.
Oh, for sure.
People will come and buy that and just leave and just take a picture and leave.
Yeah.
And you can't keep up with the rate.
Beautiful, man. That's crazy. Yeah. How you doing? How you feeling?
Bro, it's creepy.
That was a little bit spicy, no? Yeah. Let me pull up one more. Speaking of like, how do you feel like the chef community is in Taiwan? Let me pull up this guy right here. Hey, everybody knows this guy. Everybody loves this
Cyril.
Guy. Cyril's a fantastic guy.
Cyril, are you watching?
Shout out to this guy, man. My man Cyril. We went to his place too. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I know. Cyril's a great guy. He's a good friend of mine. We don't talk anymore. I mean, we still talk, but we don't talk as much because we're both very busy.
Everybody's busy, right?
Yeah. You know?
Check that out. Looks like boom.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So many. That was like, look how skinny he was.
There you go.
Oh my!
I love it. Yeah.
Look, he has a chin. So do I.
That's crazy, man.
That's funny.
It's the crazy.
Yeah,
it's
no.
crazy.
I think it's very important to keep a very tight knit community. You know, everyone supports each other. You know, but it's Taiwan is small.
It's very small. Everybody knows everybody.
Taipei
right?
is small.
Taipei is smaller. Yeah.
The chef community in Taipei is super small. So it's like, don't step on anyone's toes. That's the biggest thing.
That's one of the tips I would have to give most people that are trying to start something.
For
like,
real.
Yeah.
Seriously. Just be nice to everyone. You know, you're gonna somehow meet them down the road later on, anyways.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Super small.
Do you have a best experience as a customer going into a restaurant? Do you have one that you can think of like, this is it. I want to do this. Do you have something like
eating?
that?
Like
eating. Like you
I'm
went
paying?
somewhere and ate. Yeah. Somewhere where you're just like, fantastic. I love it.
Well, first off, I don't like fine dining restaurants.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know,
me
for
neither.
me, I would rather go to like this.
Yeah, okay.
Or like for like mom and pop things.
Yeah,
That's
for
where
sure.
you honestly feel the love, and you know, I don't want to be told how to eat.
Yeah,
I don't want to
sure.
be like, oh, you sir from. I know, you know, like I just want to eat with like my legs up and everything. You know, like I want to eat very like comfortable.
Just want to eat.
Nowhere in specific, honestly. Just Lu Bian Tan.
Okay.
Very simple. I'm a very easy person to please.
Okay.
When I'm eating.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, I have my flavors that I like.
Yeah, sure.
Textures, but nowhere in specific.
Okay. I had when I was in college. I told this story probably before, but when I was in college, I was dating this girl, and we were in college. We had no money, but it was her birthday, and I was working in a Future Shop warehouse, right? And I was asking some of the sales guys. I'm like, I got to take my girl out. She loves Italian. What's a good place? And there was this in the city. There's this sort of this ghetto-ish area, but there is a house that was converted into an Italian restaurant. It was called Maffeo's, and I don't know if it's still there, but it's in Nanaimo. So we went, and I just had like basketball shorts and like a wife beater on, and she was like the same, right? We went in, and it was like fine dining. And I was like, oh shit, they didn't tell me it was fine dining, right? So I'm like, we have a reservation for 2, and they're like, yeah, good. So they sit us down, maybe 6 tables, like really like intimate, right? So I went in, we go in, literally, when all the food's on all the tables, the chef, like the typical, like it looks like Chef Boyardee looking dude, right? He comes out, he's got the hat on, like, you know, a really jolly Italian dude, right? He goes and he sits down at one of the tables and talks to them, and he goes and he sits to every table. He sits down at all the tables. We're the last table, and I'm thinking, oh, this is gonna be so embarrassing because he's not gonna sit with us because we got no money. We look like bums. You know what I mean? And so we go. Lo and behold, he comes around. He sits down with us. He's like, hey, how you guys doing? And I'm like, yeah, pretty good. You know, food's amazing. You know, he's like, yeah, you know, this is what we do with our pasta. We hand make this. We put a little bit of this in here. This is what we do with our spaghetti. This is what we do with our meatballs. And he explains the whole thing to me, right? And he's just like, you know, is this a special occasion or what brings you guys here? And I'm like, oh, it's my girlfriend's birthday. He's like, oh, happy birthday. And he chatted with us for about 10 minutes. And I felt like incredible. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is like the best food experience I've ever had in my life. It was probably like 20 years ago. Like he came around. I was a kid, right? But I was just like, I was broke. We were kind of like way out of our budget, but we're like, oh, it's a special occasion. It's the first girl I really liked. I'm gonna go and blow a bunch of money on it, and it was great, man. So for me, when I went there, I was just like, this is cool. You know, if I ever do any kind of business in my life, I want people to feel like, hey,
welcome.
Just feel welcome, right? Yeah. So it's pretty amazing. Yeah. So something like that, I really had I don't know. I just thought it was one of the coolest things I had. And I don't feel that sometimes, and I have felt great at your place, man. And we pigged out, and I felt a little uncomfortable. I ate way too much, but it's just it's a crazy experience, man. The service industry, the F&B and stuff, it's a lot of work, but it's actually pretty rewarding, I think. I mean,
especially honestly when people show their appreciation of your food and what you've done, you know, that pays off a lot.
It's really cool, you know. About 2 weeks ago, we had this YouTube channel come, and they came and they ate, and it's called Spice Travel, and we chatted with them, and they liked the food and stuff. And you know, there's a pretty big channel. About 2 weeks after that, this one Taiwanese couple, they come in and they're smiling, and the first thing he says is, "Can I take a picture with you?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, of course." So I took a picture with them, and I sat them down. I talked to them. I'm like, you know, what brings you guys here? And they're like, we saw you guys on Spice Travel. We live in Kaohsiung. We're staying in Tianmu this weekend at that hotel because we wanted to try it. And I was like, what? That's crazy. I'm like, I haven't even been to Kaohsiung in like 10 years. I mean, like, it's crazy. And they're like, and then we came out, and I wanted to make sure they had a good time, and they did. They had fun. They had a good time. They had a couple of margaritas, and they had those big ass, you know, the Locarita, the big margaritas with the beer flipped in them. It was cool. It was just like, you know, it's great. I love that. I love that experience. I love it. You know, you feel like you're making someone's day. You're changing a life a little bit. Definitely. Just kind of like, yeah, you're making something cool happen. And I don't know, bro. I just love it. And at the end of the day, it's a lot of work, but I think it's worth it, man. I think
Definitely,
it's worth it.
Really
yeah.
is.
I love it. I love it, bro. So, what's the 5-year plan for Pastaio? Pastaio.
Expand.
I mean, you guys have been only 4 months, and you're already killing it, which is crazy. It's so rare, man.
Right. It really is, and it really is blessing. You know, very lucky about that.
Yeah.
5-year plan. Expand.
Take over the island.
Take over the island.
Take over the island because they love noodles already. Love pasta already, right?
They do.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of pasta places like a local one that's I mean, it doesn't really, I don't want to say it doesn't qualify, but it's not that good.
Yeah.
It's not great. I don't want to say anything bad, but it's just like
$150 pastas, right?
Yeah, those 150 yen. Yeah. And once in a while, when you're like starving, whatever, you get one. It's like the steak.
Right.
It's like those pan-fried steak with like that black pepper sauce, that slop on top.
$180 or something, yeah.
Yeah, you're just like...
But also, sometimes I really appreciate that because it's so ghetto.
It's exactly
sometimes
it,
Sometimes I want some ghetto shit. I don't want like a Smith & Linsky steak. I want like a super ghetto, like dirty steak, you know?
No, I agree. I think we're close to Shilla Night Market, and sometimes we just go.
Right.
And we have like those dudes with like cooking the steak on the skewer, just like that flame, like shh. And the first thing I get is sugarcane juice.
Okay.
I love sugar. Yeah. In Mexico, one of the first things we would do is we'd go and we get it's called sugar. I mean, it's called cañas in Spanish, but it's like sugar cane, and you just kind of like chew on it. And then in the road is everyone's spitting sugar cane all over. It's super duper ghetto. Right. But in Taiwan, they have the machines that they kind of extract the juice.
It's like green juice.
And it's so good. Yeah. When my mom was here, when my daughter was born, my mom came to visit. And I'm like, you're going to love this coming. And she's like, what's that? And she tried that, and she was just like mind blown. She's like, oh my God, this is incredible. I'm like, yeah. And then, but we also got like a bag of it. I'm like, can you send me like a bag as well? So my mom was just like walking around Taiwan, chewing on the sugar cane. And I was like, I told you, it's like Mexico here, but it's better because it's a cool place. Right. Everyone's chill. It's good. It's a great place. And she's like, okay, I get it. I get why you stayed, man. It's a beautiful place, bro. Beautiful place. So 7 days a week, man. You always need a reservation.
Well, 6 days a week.
6 days a week. You guys are closed what?
Monday closed.
Monday closed? Okay.
Monday
what do you do on your day off?
Clean.
Clean? Do the laundry?
Do laundry.
Yeah.
Do chores.
Take your boy out?
Laundry's not me. Laundry's my wife. But,
okay.
Sweep floors. Sleep.
Yeah. Sleeping, yeah.
Catch up on some other things.
Hey, bud.
You know?
Right on, man. You know this guy or what? You know 23? 23 Brewing Company?
I know him.
All right, we'll have a beer with him later. Yeah.
I know Matt, but...
You know, yeah. It's beautiful, bro. Should we get that last one? What do you think?
Do it.
Go for it? All right, bro.
I don't know,
You're the guest, so you take it. You take it.
I might die, though.
It's all right, bro. Hey,
Let's do it, though.
We'll record it.
All right.
I'm going to get murdered if you die, man, because
no.
people are going to be like, what? It was planned, yeah?
All right. It's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
I haven't even bit it yet.
Yeah, man. Okay, so now that you've bit it, I'll tell you it's made with Carolina Reaper.
Reaper is smart.
Yeah, bro.
Oh. Who do you source them from? From that guy who
Farms.
sells chilies?
No, I we've been working with farms for years. Oh my God, my throat's gone. Give me a sec. It went down the wrong side. We've been working directly with Taiwanese. There's maybe three farms in Taiwan that have chilies. There's jalapenos, some of them. Some have reapers. Some have jalapenos. Some have habaneros. Some have scorpion. And whenever they have some, like at our house, we have just massive freezer. And like whenever we have some, we just take them all. They're like, well, we've got like, 20 kilos. And I'm like, I'm taking it all. They're like, how much do you want? I said, well, the question is, how much do you want to keep for your other customers? If you want me to sell them, if you want to take them all, I'll take them all. And they're like, hell yeah, man. So they call us first. They call us before they call that chili guy, bro.
Right there now.
Yeah, that's a killer, right? Yeah. Boom, baby. Woo. There you go.
I don't drink milk. I hate milk. I'm about to drink it right now.
Dude, that milk, that's why it's there, man.
I hate milk, though.
Do you really?
Milk.
Really?
I hate it. I hate the flavor.
I actually don't drink milk anymore after I came to Taiwan. I don't really drink milk anymore, bro. Just don't touch your eyes. Don't touch your eyes, bro. Boom. You made it, man. You finished. That last one's a killer. The last one's a killer, so I'll give you a sec to catch that one, yeah. So, do you have any advice for any young...
Don't eat the reapers.
Don't eat the reapers. Stay away from the reaper, right? Any young, 20, 18, 23-year-old up-and-coming chefs, let's say in the States or in Taiwan.
Yes, don't eat the reapers.
Don't eat the reaper. Stay away from the reaper. Stay away from the reaper, man. Oh, yeah. I'm good.
Feels so good right now. Oh, my God.
It does, eh? I'll get rid of that.
My advice is, I can't even talk right now, bro.
Can't even talk. I know. That's part of it, bro. You got that. The lips will swell up a little bit, yeah.
Has anyone made this without crying?
No. Most people are crying. The worst is if someone touches their eye because their shit swells up like. They're like, wash your hands 3 times before you go pee too, man. So the hottest new restaurant in Taipei City, Pastaio. We got the chef, the founder,
Crying here over reapers.
the man. He's crying over the reaper. We want to know young, up-and-coming people, up-and-coming culinary people, chef people. They want to be where you are someday. What's the advice you can give them?
Don't go for money when you're young.
Don't go for money. Okay.
Go for knowledge. It's a lot more valuable. And don't eat the reapers.
Okay. I like that. Don't go for money because, sometimes you get, in my experience, you get a lot of people that come in and zero experience and they want I want 45 grand a month because my mom said I make good noodles or something. And I'm like, what? Your mom can pay you 45, man. Shoot. Okay.
They can do that at this job, but then if they jump over to the next job, they're not going to have the skills. They're jumping steps.
Yeah, I agree. And also one other thing I'd like to add to that is got to be humble, right? When you work under a chef, you got to be humble because even me, I've been doing this food, eating it most of my life, cooking it for probably more than half of my life. But if I go to a sushi place, how many of my corn grinding skills are transferring over to sushi? Nothing. Nothing's transferring over, right? I mean, maybe some, but not really, right? So if I'm gonna go learn sushi, I gotta be the humble guy, and I gotta learn it. Me, right? I've been doing the restaurant for 15 years. I would still, when someone teaches me something, I'm like, all right, let's do it.
I'm about to cry.
About to cry? All right. We'll take that. We'll take the cry. We'll take the cry, bro. So don't go for the money. Any other things you want to add, bro?
Don't go for the money. Patience is virtue. Don't move out of your parents' house yet. Save your money.
That's a good idea. That's good, man. Yeah. You know what happens? One of the biggest things. Grab one more water, yeah. One of the craziest things is in the Western mentality, 18, everyone's out. They're going into debt. They're doing whatever. They're buying cars. They're renting big houses and stuff. And it's tough to recover from that. It almost takes a lifetime.
Yeah.
It almost takes a lifetime.
Sure.
Because if you're 25, 30, still living at home, people kind of they laugh at that. But I think it's a good idea. You good?
Bro.
Hurry up, man. Hurry up. Hurry up. Yeah, thanks.
Anything, tap water is fine.
Anything. Yeah. And it's basically
how are you not like?
Oh, it's
Mexican.
I mean, you got to do it. Yeah. Well, that last one is still a killer, bro.
Oh.
It's the life, man. It's the life. It's the sacrifice you make to try to build a platform, to share cool stories. I'll destroy my gut a little bit. You are episode number 77, brother.
I mean, the Reapers.
Yeah, we do it at the end of every show, the Reaper. Yeah. 77. No, forget it. There's no. Oh God, a couple weeks ago we had a couple, a YouTuber couple, amazing, and on round 2 we were doing the wings, and I was like, okay, we're gonna start from here to there, and then I was chatting with Daniel, the guy, and Candace was she was hungry, so she just goes to grab a wing. She grabs the last one, and she was just like, whoa, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's the last wing. So she jumped to the last wing right away. It was pretty crazy, man.
Was there a show?
I mean, I chatted with him for a while. She took a little while to recover, for sure. It took a little while, bro. So closing thoughts before we call it, brother. What do you think?
Just be humble. Honestly, be humble about everything you do. Don't burn bridges. Save your money. Don't go for the money. Go for the knowledge. That's a lot more valuable.
That's a lot more valuable. Okay. You know? Yeah, sounds good, brother. I love it.
Remember, most important thing is, when Eddie invites you on the show, don't eat all of the Reaper.
Don't eat all the Reaper, man. Just take a little nibble, because
nibble.
And then round 3 is actually tomorrow morning on the toilet.
It is.
That's the secret, bro. That's the secret.
I know that. I feel it gurgling.
It's coming. It's gurgling, man. We'll get some milk in there, and it'll be extra special in the morning. Yeah. Want to thank you guys for watching the show. I want to thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
I know you're busy. I know, when you do something like what you're doing now, it's super duper time consuming, and you're like a walking billboard for your brand, basically, and that's the life that we live. And I know it's just a crazy lifestyle, brother, and I want to thank you for coming out, bro.
Thank you for having me.
Fantastic food. We love it. Thank you guys for watching the show. If you guys want to check out Pastaio, the link for the Facebook page is in the description. You're gonna have to make a reservation though, sir. We can't get you in. You got to make a reservation. Thank you guys for watching the show. We'll catch you guys next week. Bye-bye.